Hi everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be taking on some epic gameplay before we go into the next quest, and it's going to be epic gameplay side quest. Love is a battle realm for one. We already completed chapter 1 and 2 at 100%, and now we're going to be taking on the truth about love, a love that I can't win. So that is who we're going to be taking on first. And the champions we're going to be bringing into this gameplay is going to be that romance synergy, first of all, of Domino and Colossus. For the romance synergy, if you do not have a romance team, you could always bring in, or you could always use that boost, which would give you that romance synergy. And we're going to bring in Domino, like I said, and Colossus. We're going to be bringing in Captain America, Captain Marvel, and Nick Fury for this gameplay. We just took a look at the map, and we are going to go to the left first of all, and then we are going to come back once we complete this at 100%. We're going to go to the right of the map, and that will complete this video. So you have 100% completion of a love that I can't win. So the note again is hard head and power of love. You don't have to worry about hard head if you have that romance synergy, and you do have that potion that you could use to give your team romance, so you don't have to take that reflective stun. So just look at it again. Hard head is the attacker attempts to stun the defender. The stun is reflected back onto the attacker for 2.5 seconds. This ability then goes into cooldown for 7 seconds. Again, love, the power of love, if under the influence of the romance synergy, any reflective stun does not trigger, and it also gives your attacker a permanent passive fury granting 35% attack rating every time the stun reflection fails. So we have that romance synergy with Domino and Colossus, so we should not have a problem at all in this gameplay. We will not be taking that reflective stun, so you could go ahead and just parry away. And as you can see, the power of love just kicked in already, so we have that boost because of the romance synergy, and we are just going to do some nice gameplay here. We brought in Colossus just in case this guy sends out some shock. Colossus is going to be pretty much immune to most anything in the gameplay. And let's see, especially the parts or the champions we're going up against with bleed, etc. We want to use someone like this guy. He's very durable. It's very hard heavy. This is a 5-star rank 5 Colossus. He doesn't have a lot of 6 stones in him, but again, he doesn't need a lot to be very destructive. Second fight is Call Obsidian, and we are going to be, again, same hard head and power of love. We're going to be bringing in Nick Fury just to get some bleed damage done. Again, Nick Fury is fantastic in this gameplay. If he dies, don't worry about it, because now it gives the rest of your forward attackers an extra 10% of attack. So that's pretty cool. The nice thing about Nick Fury, this is a 5-star awakened, fully rank 5, and he is at SIG 200, so he's an absolute beast with that bleed damage over time. And he is going to be one of the most valuable players on any team. So if you are fortunate enough to have Nick Fury, this is the guy you want to bring into the gameplay. And I do a lot of destruction with Nick Fury. If he dies, then that's fine. We bring in the rest of the players. But this is just demo gameplay, show you how to finish these parts. So we are just going to test out a lot of these champions here in this gameplay. If not in this part, when we reset and go on to the second part, we'll definitely be using the other champions. Now, Corvus Glaive, we're gonna be using Captain America Infinity War. He has that fantastic block, and he has that parry that does armor break to cosmic champions. So again, very versatile. Captain America Infinity War is very, very useful on any team gameplay because he can take such a beating without losing any health. So he's not one of the champions with the highest health pool, but when you consider the amount of damage he could take or stop and prevent with that block, as you can see, you just want to parry, fire off the heavy, parry, fire off the SP1, and then if you build charges with parrying and taking hits or blocking and taking hits, and you have that 5 charges, fire off that SP2, and it's pretty much lights out for any gameplay. So let's go on to the next, let's teleport to the next section. And we're going to be going up against Squirrel Girl. And again, you guys could choose whichever part. Both parts are pretty simple once you have the right champs for the parts. Same thing again with the head-on and the synergy. With the romance synergy, we're going to be bringing again Colossus. Again, he's bleed immune, so she shouldn't be doing too much damage here. Again, his heavy attack, look at that, incredible amount of damage, almost 8,000 crit rating on that first hit. We didn't get the stun on the SP1, but that's okay. 12,000 on the second heavy, and that's it, guys. Lights out. Squirrel Girl is in the bin, and now we're going to be going up against Gamora, and I think we're going to use Captain Marvel for this fight. I like to always use Captain Marvel at least once before we go up to a boss, just in case, so that we want to build her charges. And as you know, as soon as she gets to 25 charges, she goes indestructible. And once we hold block, we pretty much take very little to no damage, and we gain those charges. Again, Captain Marvel, and she does have that Nick Fury synergy, is an absolute beast once she is at 25 charges. It looks like we're going to be taking down this Gamora without even going up to the 25 charges. 5 of the SP1 should get us 2 or 3 more charges on there. We have to 19 charges. So if we finish this fight here with 21 charges, if we were to use Captain Marvel again in the fight, she is going to go indestructible. So she doesn't have to be bleed immune, poison immune like the other champions like Guillotine 2099, for example. Because once she goes indestructible, she's indestructible. She could pretty much prevent any damage from any sources, and she is going to finish that gameplay. So she's an absolute MVP. Plus she's regularly poison immune, so she has that immunity as well. So with Red Goblin, we're going to bring in again Captain America. We took some hits there, but now we're going to get back into the gameplay and recover. As you can see, parry and fire off that heavy. And once we parry properly, we're going to actually armor break the Cosmic Champion. And we're going to fire that SP1, inflict bleed, and it's lights out. Pretty simple gameplay again. So Goblin is in the bin, and now all of a sudden we up to the boss, and we are going to, let's see what he is all about. Psycho Man. Let's see, Psycho Man. It's hard head and power of love. Again, we don't have to really worry about that. It's a complete waste of time putting it up there because we took off the immunity with the synergy, because he has bleed, vulnerability. So you want a bleed champion. While the defender is bleeding, the attacker rating is increased by 200% when landing an attack. So that is what you need. You need to bleed this guy, and then you'll be able to just beat him down. He has power gain. He has long distance relationship. He has a weakness buff. And then if you stay away from him, and then he has hit me, I dare you. When struck, the defender gains a chitin charge. 10 charges he removes on the defender's armor off buff, increasing armor by 50%. Forget all of that stuff. This is pretty simple beatdown. Get yourself a bleed champion, put a bleed on this guy, and it's going to be lights out. And let's test this out with Nick Fury. This guy's health pool is pretty good, 31,000 plus. tried to parry and go in for heavy. That did not work. So we got the bleed on this guy, Psycho Man. Now we want to parry and really fire up the SP. We want to continue that bleed. But you got to be careful with that second hit from Psycho Man. That looks like a lightning charge, so you want to really pay attention to that. So here we go. Again, this is the decoy. We still have to die here to get the real Nick Fury and actually do a lot of damage. But let's just try to beat this guy down right here. He has that nice wave of hits there. You gotta put a bleed on him again, that's way, and then we got 200% attack. This is unblockable. Nick Fury. And all of a sudden, boom, Nick Fury, that bleed is just devastating. So, quick tip, we're not gonna do Nick Fury on the second fight, go around with this guy. So that's 54% explode. We're gonna do the next, 46%. We're gonna take the next part, finish off this gameplay. And we are not going to use Nick Fury. We're gonna try other champions to take him down so that you guys see who else might be very effective. I'm thinking any one of these champions are gonna be effective eventually, but Nick Fury, Domino, and Captain America in Infinity War is gonna be absolutely devastating against this guy, Psycho Man. So, let's get back into the gameplay. We're going to end this quest and go back into, let's see, where we at? We're at Love is a Battle Ram for 1. We're going to complete now a Love That Can't Win. And then we're going to come back in a second video later today with the date that I stop counting. And we're going to 100% complete those 2 parts as well on that quest. So that's... be sure to subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you get notified when we have follow-up videos on the channel and gameplay. And now we're going to go to the right and 100% complete this quest. Again, Captain America is going to be an absolute beast against Hard Head again. And that romance synergy, we still have the same romance team on. So we don't have to worry about it. You don't need to have 2 or 3 romance teams. As long as you have 1 romance team on the on your attack squad, you're gonna have that just stopping that and disabling that stun reflect. And just like that, 1 parry, a heavy, and an SP1, and that takes care of. Who was that? Doctor Strange. Okay, so we have Captain Marvel against Storm. Maybe we want to use someone else. We're going to save Captain Marvel for now. Let's just go back in with Colossus. And here we go. We're going to parry. Heavy attack. Again, this Colossus, I just awakened him a couple of weeks ago, and I'm telling you, he's a lot stronger, able to take a lot more hits with that organic steel active. So we're gonna parry, and here we go, fire it off, and that is it. Storm is in the bin, and this quest is almost complete. I think we have about 2 or 3 more fights before we hit to the boss. Now Magneto is going to be a little bit tricky. This guy, since that buff, is an absolute beast. That unstoppable is sometimes very annoying when he throws those heavies. He goes unstoppable for a couple seconds. I still sometimes keep running into it. But we have a bleed immune champ here. He is metal though, so he's going to take that extra damage from Magneto. But that's okay. This is just fun gameplay. See, he goes unstoppable. We try to parry those that second hit. And I'm just gonna try to fire up the unblockable SB2 on him. So the nice thing about Colossus is that SB2 is unblockable and it does a ton of damage. But against this Magneto, he's not doing the damage that he should be doing. He didn't really crit on anything there. Any other champion would have been dead with that SP2. But Magneto, a bit tricky. But that's okay. We still have 4 more champs to play around with. And let's just knock Magneto out really quickly with Domino. And she's just on here really. I'm not really going to be using her a lot. I didn't intend to use her a lot. She's just here for that romance synergy anyway. I really like using Domino instead or as a defender in Alliance War. She does so much damage and takes out so many champions. It's still amazing at how many people still find it difficult to attack against her. So she's an absolute MVP with Alliance War, but I find she's a very good synergy team for this quest in particular with the romance synergy. So here we go, up against Phoenix. And remember I said I always use Captain Marvel once before the main boss just to build her charges, get it up closest to 25. Let's see if we could showcase that in this gameplay. She's at 9 charges right now, and every time she takes the block, she gets that extra charges. Fire up the SP2, she gets 3 more charges. She's at 12 charges. This fight is going to be in the bin. So she has 15 charges. Fight is in the bin. So the next fight we start with her, she's going to be already at 15 charges. And she is going to be an absolute beast with damage. But here we have a champ that is really good at bleed. He's very underestimated. Back in the day, 6 years ago, Black Panther was an absolute beast on defense. He was hard to defend against. That's the good old days. And now he's very easy to beat up on because of these overpowered champs here. Domino is no exception to the rule. She, with her SP1, if we get that critical bleed, we didn't get the critical bleed. That's the only downfall to her. If she did have 100% guaranteed critical bleeds, she would be 100 times better. But she does so much damage as is. I don't think they're gonna really overpower her anymore. But here we go. Again, you see how devastating he could be. And this again, fun gameplay. I'm not trying to be perfect here. And there you go, 9,400 crit rating on the final hit. And he's in the bin. And I just wanted to demo and do a little gameplay with Domino for fun. We have Spider-Man. We again have to look out for his heavy attacks, because his heavy attacks is where he gets all his damage with the armor break. Let's just bring in Domino again for fun gameplay. And here we go. Let's see if she gets lucky. Power of Love triggered. We're gonna fire it off. Critical bleed, and he is going to be in the bin in no time. I'm telling you, man, as soon as she puts that critical bleed on you, you could rest assured you're going to be going down pretty soon. And that's it. She took absolutely very little to no damage in that fight. And now we back up to Psycho Man. And here we're going to have a little bit fun. We know we could one-shot him with Nick Fury. But let's see if we could take him down with another champ, just having some gameplay fun. Let's just check the nodes again. He has improved power gain, long distance relationship. You want to stay back away from him. She has 10 chitin charges and all that stuff. And let's just bring in Captain Marvel. She starts off with 15. Let's just show some indestructible here. This is what makes her better than any champ with immunities, because she has it all. Indestructible, nothing beats indestructible. Here we go, boom, boom. Now, heavy attacks will build your charges up even more and keep you hitting binary mode power a lot longer. But we're just gonna demo it here without going into all the heavies and stuff. Fire up that SP2, see if you could get him. Again, we're disabled to use our our SPs. It's back on. We're gonna fire it off. Didn't get any crits on that. And let's charge into him and fire that SP1 hopefully. There we go. And then he has the unblockable. Again, binary mode. We're not indestructible, but we're in binary. So we're gonna hit hard. We're gonna hit like a freight train. And there you go. So you saw 2 champs take down Psycho Man. Hope you guys enjoyed the gameplay. And if you did, please hit that subscribe button. And remember to work less, play more, and enjoy life. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.